This podcast is brought to you by the Startup Core Podcast.
Excuse me. Yeah.
You are reckless, sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft, your dead friends can attest. Put your emotions aside. You're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned you, and you failed the test. So now I'm gone. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't cross the line. This way, when all is over, you'll keep yours and I'll keep mine. This way, you'll know what your place is. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, when all is over, consider this is my goodbye.
Bye then.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will fail at placing any spells on me. I just ate a flower, one that drains your power, so you better cower before me.
You must be a liar, mortals can acquire Molly without dire consequence.
Then I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes, but regardless, you and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect, so now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon you will be done for. Show yourself, I know you're watching me. Show yourself, I can see you.
How can you see through my spell?
Ha! I was lying, and you fell for my bluff. Ha ha ha.
You're no ordinary young man.
Cause ordinary is boring, damn.
What is your name?
You don't need to know my name, you know I play the game.
Good answer. Never reveal your name if you don't have to. I would not reveal mine.
Quit lying, don't be modest. I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest. You are Athena, Athena, badass in the arena, unmatched william queen of the best strategies we've seen.
You've got no credentials, but lots of potential. If you stick with me, then I'll teach you the essentials.
Sounds like a plan, goddess in bed, best is a friend.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
Maybe one day they'll follow me and we'll make
A greater tomorrow, then they'll see. I know we'll change the world, cause we are the warriors of the mind.
Maybe one day we'll reach them and we can build their skills as we teach them.
If there's a problem, we'll have the answer. We are the warriors of the mind.
You're a little high and mighty. Odysseus claims to love his mother, but let her die of a broken heart.
He was busy fighting.
More like busy spiting. The Cyclops let him feel the pain that his mother felt and wrought.
Wait!
Please reconsider this.
Really, Athena, these are tricks.
What kind of sick coward holds back his power while his friends get devoured? He didn't even fight Scylla, didn't even try to kill her. Hides inside a wooden horse to get the job done. Never handles things up front, pathetic and weak like his son.
Hold your tongue now. He sends my friend and tell your lover that a broken heart can end. You want more bloodshed, then set him free to get back to his homestead. He'll make everybody bleed.
Release him.
Hello and welcome welcome to today's episode of the Your Broadway World Podcast. Today, we are going to talk about Epic, the musical. And today we have Tegan Earley, who plays Athena in that musical. So let's welcome her in. Hi.
How
Oh
are
my
you?
gosh. Oh my gosh. I am such a huge fan.
Oh my, I'm a huge fan of you. Hi, how are you?
Oh my gosh. How are you?
I'm great. I'm very excited about this. I've been looking forward to it like all week. I'm so
Me
excited to
too.
meet you.
Me too.
This is amazing. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, good. I've been so nervous about like all week about this interview because I'm such a big fan.
Girl, don't be nervous. We're just gonna have a fun chat. It'll be so
Oh
great.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you play Athena.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So how about we start with how did you begin this process of like playing Athena?
Yeah, so I had a bit of a different journey with this show than a lot of people in the cast did because I knew Jay back in undergrad. So
Mm,
we had been working together for a long time before Epic was even
mm,
conceived. Because we were in the theater program together, the musical theater minor together, and we were in class together all the time. We were in shows together. So we were very familiar with what our collaborative process looked like by the time that we got to him writing the show.
mm,
But the way that Epic was kind of born, as I remember it, was Jay came up to me one day. We were in the Performing Arts Center, um, still at school prior to the
mm,
pandemic. He was like, I want to write another show because he had already written one show at Notre Dame, which got staged at Notre Dame. Um, I want to write a show, and I don't know quite what I want it to be yet, but I know that I want it to feel like a complete other world. I want it to feel massive in scale. I want it to
mm,
be epic. And so the name Epic was with the show from the beginning,
mm,
which is so cool to look back on now. Um, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds amazing. I think there's so much potentiality there. Like I think you'll have a great time writing whatever
mm,
that is." And he's like, "And I would love to have you involved. And I don't know what character you'd voice yet or anything, but like I know that like you should be voicing like a goddess or something." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so nice." Like I you don't get to hear that as an artist a
mm,
lot. So, yeah, so that was kind of where it all started. And then within a week or two, he came back and he said, "You know what? I think I want to adapt the Odyssey. Like I think I want to make the musical version of the Odyssey." And I was like, "Oh boy, good luck. Like that is a monster of a piece of literature. Like that's I don't know how you could adapt that." And
mm,
obviously it has been adapted so beautifully. And it's changed form a million times since it began.
mm,
But from the beginning, I was at least playing Athena, and then
mm,
because Athena was originally kind of like a narrator character in the story, and so I was kind of present from the first song that he wrote. Um, and then that changed form a little bit, and I was still voicing Athena, but then he's like, I'm gonna bring Circe into it, I'm gonna bring Hera into it, like basically any female identifying character in the show
mm,
I have sung at one point or another, so that he would
mm.
have a demo to show potential producers, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, so I've been with this project since day one, and I feel so lucky that that's been the case.
And I do want to talk about one of your songs.
Sure,
My Goodbye is like my favorite.
so good.
I
I
love that
love it.
badass.
It's so badass. It's so fun. It's so fun to sing. It's a monster to sing, but it's so fun
Yeah.
to sing. My Goodbye was written maybe a year into the process ish,
Mm,
um, if I'm remembering correctly. And the minute Jay played it for me, I was like, "This is the most badass thing I've ever gotten to sing." Like
mm,
it's so much fun. Um, it also adds an interesting layer to Athena's character, which is that like she can be a little petty
mm.
no reason, like she
Yeah.
like in the way that it kind of captures that humanness of the gods, that innate
Mm,
humanness of like they may be gods, but they act a lot like us. They can be petty, they can
yep.
be vengeful, they can be angry, and it just so happens that all those emotions have bigger consequences when it's a god that's feeling them. So that's a really cool. And the funny story about My Goodbye
is that I was on contract when they came to record that song with me. And because I couldn't leave Kansas, I was doing 9 shows a week at the time. And so they came down there to meet me. So it was like a big thing that like they made the time to, Jay came down, JP came down, everyone came down to come record with me. And I woke up the day that I was supposed to record My Goodbye, which is pretty objectively like the hardest thing I have to sing in Epic. And I was so sick. Like I had like my throat was all clogged up. My sinuses were a mess. Like something just happened, and I woke up the day of that show or the day of that recording session, and I was so ill. And this is the original one. And I was so nervous to record it, which is why like in all of the footage you see me, I have my phone in front of me because I don't want to mess up the lyrics. I'm sitting on a stool so I don't tire myself out and so I can really feel my lower support. Like I was in full, like I need to make sure that like, because I can't change it. I can't say like, oh guys, I'm not really feeling so well today, because they flew down for the day so that they could record with me. And so I was like, I'm gonna push through it, I'm gonna make it happen. And so then when the re-recordings came around, there was actually like a little flicker moment of relief for me, because I'm like, because like the song turned out okay, the original version, but I, as someone who knows my voice really well, could hear the little moments of tiredness and like of the illness like in my voice. And so when I got the chance to kind of do it over and try again, I was actually minorly excited, mostly because I get to sing that song again. It was very, so I not a lot of people know that story, and so you now share it with your viewers.
Like, and when I found that song, because I found it through, because some people, I don't know if you've seen those on YouTube, people have made like edits of like songs, and My Goodbye is like was an edit of like you got Odysseus and your characters fighting, and it's just like, whoa.
Oh yeah, it's powerful. I love that song, and I love the complexity that it adds to those characters.
Yeah. I think my favorite line is this, like, where like you like, I can't remember the line specifically, but it's like you oh yeah, like your dead friends can attest in it, and like he's like, hey.
Yeah, because like who says something like that? That was really trying to hit below the belt with that one. It's crazy. I was like, when I first heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, like Athena, come on, social skills, girl.
Like I just felt for him at that moment, because I was like, he lost his friends. Scylla had killed all his friends.
Like, not to be a meme, but too soon, Athena. Like, too soon.
Yeah.
This is
Where were you when Scylla killed everybody?
Oh, she was busy. She had other stuff going on.
She had stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. Goddess things.
As far back as I can remember, I have wanted to be an entrepreneur. Now, I am here to guide you through the intricate paths of building your business, embracing emerging technologies, and navigating the startup world. I am Saul Tarazona, and this is Startup Corps, your go-to podcast for entrepreneurial insights and tech-driven success.
And then my other favorite song, and I emailed you about this, my other favorite song that you're in is God Games.
Unreal.
I love God Games. It's like my number one.
God Games is, when Jay told me that was, when he started writing that one, and when he told me that he was in the process of working on it, I was like, oh, this is going to be massive. Like, I knew that obviously at that point Epic had already started to grow, like on TikTok, and just a lot of people were showing a lot of interest in it, which was amazing. But when God Games, when he was getting ready to release that, I was like, this is going to change everything.
Yeah.
Like, this song in particular, it's going to change everything, because it's going to unite the entire like world of Greek mythology fans. It's going to unite like people who love video games. It's like it just, I was like, this is going to be a game changer. this particular song. And I'm happy to say that I predicted it correctly, because it's definitely like one of the most successful ones that he's ever
Yeah.
released. And what an incredible voice cast it has. Like when we started, I was doing Athena, and then I also did Hera, and Aphrodite was the only one that I've never sung, because Maya has been attached to that project, or that character, for a while, since the God Games was created. But now, I mean, with Posey, with his dad as Hephaestus, who crushed it. Oh my gosh, Mike Rivera crushed it. It's just amazing. Like, and then Luke going into beast mode at the end. Come on,
Yeah.
like, unreal.
I love Hephaestus. I love Hephaestus. The way that he just like, okay, if I say yes, can you leave let me
He's
work?
busy.
I'm busy. You can just hear it in his voice of like, okay, I'm getting annoyed. You're in my space. Go away.
And I can tell you, as someone who knows Jay's parents in real life, they are the most lovely people. His dad works even harder than Jay, and that's saying something, because Jay is one of the hardest workers I've ever met in my life. And he clearly got it from his dad. So I think both of his parents were incredibly well cast for what they, like, I was so excited when they got their moment to shine, because they are such talented people. And they're such kind people too. So I'm like, yes, you deserve your laurels. You deserve to be at the forefront for once, you know?
Yeah. And then the one part, the other part I also thought was really funny was when you and Hera were talking, and you're trying to convince Hera, and like the last line, never once has he cheated on his wife, and then she agreed. She's like, all right. Like girl, you should you should have just led with that, and then it would have been over.
Absolutely. I know. Yeah. And Posey as Hera she's the most perfect cast for that. I mean, she's a beautiful, ethereal being on this earth that, like, I'm so glad that Epic found her, because I'm personally am very excited to be becoming friends with her, because she is a real queen in real life. And so you always want to be friends with a queen in real life. Like,
Yeah.
she's so unbelievably talented.
Yeah, I have been into Greek mythology for like as long as I can remember. Like I think I started because I loved Hades Town. If you've seen Hades Town.
Hades Town's an incredible show.
And so I started with that, and then I was like, I need more, and then I found this, and I'm like, yes.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you found us. Thank you so much for the support.
Oh, and I wanted to interview Jorge, but of course he couldn't be with us too. But I hope to interview him soon. Like,
He's pretty. He's obviously trying to get the last couple sagas out, and then he has big plans for Epic after that, and so I think he's pretty tied up right now in terms of his bandwidth. But
that was my next question: is do you see all these sagas being turned into like a musical, like an actual staged musical?
I mean, that's not my wheelhouse, but I know for a fact that the concept albums will not be the end of Epic. There are definitely big plans for what's coming for it after this point. There's a lot of offers on the table from what I understand, and I think that no matter what the team opts to go with, they can't go wrong. It's going to be epic per usual. So I think there's a possibility for a stage show. I think there's a possibility for a movie. I think there's a possibility for a TV show, a video game. There's a lot of things that this could be turned into.
I saw on TikTok, sorry to interrupt, but I saw on TikTok someone was like making a game.
Yeah, the game is what I understand in process. So that's sooner rather than later, which is so exciting. I think that Jay has always known and has never compromised on the fact that this show, as long as he believes in it and as long as he puts his all into it, could be massive and could be so many different wonderful, beautiful iterations. And so because he's had that vision from the beginning and because he's been so clear on what this show can be and has believed in it with his whole heart,
Mhm.
and every ounce of his hard work, it's gonna be awesome no matter what it turns into.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I understand that you're going to send us some clips for
Yes.
to so I can edit that together.
Yeah,
Yep.
totally. Yeah, whatever you're interested in, I'm
Yeah.
happy to send along. I have some
Okay.
clips from the recording studios. I have
Yep.
I have whatever you want.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna listen to Tegan sing so some of the songs like right in this clip right now, and
Okay, cool.
and then my next question, my last few question is, so I forgot to ask you this, but are you in New York?
I'm in Chicago, actually.
Chicago.
Yeah.
You're like 3 hours away from me then.
Oh my gosh, where are you?
I'm in Michigan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, my parents lived in Michigan briefly, and so I was up there a lot, and it's a
Yep.
cool state. It's so lovely.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Well, then if you want to come down to, I've got a live show happening on October 30th. So if you want to come out,
Ooh.
you'd be more than welcome if you can drive the 3 hours.
My birthday is like the day before your live show.
Ah,
Yeah.
amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, then we can ring in your birthday. It's going to be a massive party.
Awesome. Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Well, let me know if you want to come, like in earnest, and obviously, if you were driving 3 hours, you wouldn't have to pay for a ticket. So, like, please,
yeah.
like, feel free to
Mhm.
just let me know.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
Yay! Okay, great.
Yay. So I wanted to talk about continue talking about God Games for a second, because at the very end of God Games, Zeus goes all beast mode and kind of seems like he kills you.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that you survive?
I all I can say is that I'm done recording. I'm done recording for Epic. So, yeah. So I'm not at liberty to say much more, but I've been given permission to give you guys that much. So, yeah.
Okay. That gives us something.
Yeah.
That gives us something. Because I got very upset. I was like, no!
Yeah, I mean it was emotional for me too because like for me this is the culmination of at least for now until it it goes on to whatever this next chapter is. It's
Yeah.
a combination of a like 5-year process, and
Yeah.
so like that's a big chunk to just give up on, or like to like be done with for now.
Yeah. Well, and not just that though too, but like just the last line of like you singing let him go, let him go, and then you just like die. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
I think that line speaks a lot to how far Athena has come because I think, like so many of us, she started in this place where she has certain defense mechanisms that she enacts to
Mhm.
protect herself or to protect her emotions. And, like, I think there's a lot of people out there who would rather come across as cold and unfeeling when in reality they're feeling a lot deep down. And especially seeing how she went from fully protecting herself in the pettiness kind of my goodbye and
Mhm.
pushing him away to realizing through her work with Telemachus that there's a lot to fight for with regard to the people and that it's okay to love and care about other people.
Yeah.
I think that shows a really beautiful character arc for her, and I've been really fortunate to be able to put my own spin on that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course. Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. This has been such a pleasure. You're amazing.
Oh
I
my
love also your
gosh.
wall behind you is
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
I
Thank
love it.
you. Yeah, my friend made that for me, so
Oh, I love it. It's
yeah.
it's Disney Castle, right?
Yep.
Cinderella.
It says part of your Broadway world right there.
Oh, okay. I couldn't even read
It's
it,
like
but I love it.
it's blurry. I don't know why it's blurry, but like it says part of your Broadway world podcast right on there, and
Perfect. I love it. I love the logo. I love all the show pictures. I love the beautiful like light display you have behind you. You've got a great setup. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you so much for having me.
then thank you for coming on.
Of course, it's my pleasure. And again, if you are able and wanted to come down for the show, just let me know because then you could be a VIP.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Oh my
It was good to
gosh.
meet you, Haley.
Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will put all Tegan's links down below, so go check her out and
Yeah.
go listen to Epic because it's epic.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
my
then,
God.
ciao.
Every day. Love it.
See you later, guys.
Great.
It's just me, myself, and I, stuck in my bedroom